Hello and welcome to Sports Buzz. I'm Shiva Munjal and here's a quick look at what's creating a buzz in the sports world.
Sri Lanka win World T20. Bayern, Chelsea and Madrid clubs enter Champions League semis. Way makes short work of long. Hamilton wins thrilling Bahrain Grand Prix. And India defeat Korea in Davis Cup.
While Australian women completed a hat-trick of wins, Sri Lanka ended their 18-year wait for a world title at the World 2020 in Bangladesh.
After an 18-year-long wait, Sri Lanka were crowned world champions again as they thrashed India by 6 wickets in the final of the World 2020 in Bangladesh. Kumara Sangakkara finished 52 not out as Sri Lanka got home with 13 balls to spare in Dhaka to end a run of 4 straight defeats in global limited over finals in the last 7 years. Sri Lanka lost to the same opponents in 2011 World Cup final and had also come on the wrong side on the showpiece occasion at the World T20s in 2009 and 2012 as well as the 2007 World Cup final. It was a fitting way for Sangakkara and Mahela Jayawardene, the engine room of Sri Lanka's middle order for more than a decade, to sign off in their final T20 international. India were restricted to 130 for 4 after being sent into bat when play got underway half an hour late because of short and sharp downpour. Virat Kohli made 77 of 58 balls to finish as the leading run scorer with 319 runs in 6 innings. In reply, Sri Lanka were reduced to 78 for 4 before Sangakkara and Thisara Pereira combined in a 54-run stand to see them over the line. Australian women, on the other hand, don't seem to know the meaning of wait as they roamed home to secure their third successive World T20 title after seeing off arch rivals England by 6 wickets in the final. England collapsed from 55-1 to post a modest 105 for 8 after losing the toss in Mirpur, with Heather Knight's 29 the highest score, as Sarah Coyd took 3 for 16 and Ellis Perry 2 for 13. Captain Meg Lanning's 44 of 30 balls hurried Australia to a comprehensive victory with 4.5 overs to spare.
The best 8 football teams went head-to-head over 2 legs in the UEFA Champions League quarter-finals, but only 4 progressed. Here's how.
Real Madrid progressed to the UEFA Champions League semi-finals despite a 2-0 defeat to Borussia Dortmund, who produced a thrilling second-leg comeback courtesy of Marco Reus brace. A missed Angel Di Maria penalty on 16 minutes galvanized the home side as they took the lead through Reus, who took advantage of some slack Madrid defending to round Iker Casillas and slot home. The Dortmund playmaker wasted little time in doubling his tally as he fired home a rebound from Robert Lewandowski's shot but could not do enough to put Dortmund into the next round. Demba Ba's late goal fired Chelsea to the semi-finals on away goals after their quarter-final clash with Paris Saint-Germain ended 3-3 on aggregate. The rarely used striker was thrust into the fray in the second period and provided the crucial touch in the 87th minute to turn the ball beyond Salvatore Sirigu to complete the 2-0 victory needed to take his side through. Fellow substitute Andre Schürrle had put the clash back in the balance with his opener in the 32nd minute. European champions Bayern Munich came from behind to claim a 3-1 win over Manchester United to give them a 4-2 aggregate success in their Champions League quarter-final clash. After a goalless tense first half, United took the lead in the Allianz Arena when Patrice Evra fired home a wonderful half volley from the edge of the box. But United were pegged back just over 60 seconds later as they allowed Mario Mandzukic to head home from close range. Less than 10 minutes later, Bayern were ahead for the first time in the tie when Thomas Muller converted from the edge of the 6-yard box. Robin then decided to tie on 76 minutes, sending a shot past David De Gea. Atletico Madrid reached their first semi-final in Europe's elite club competition for 40 years after a 2-1 aggregate success over Barcelona. They beat the Catalan Giants 1-0 at the Vicente Calderón on the night thanks to Koke's early strike in the Champions League quarter-final second leg.
Although no Indian made it to the final of Indian Open, it was still packed with smashing action as top-seeded men and women battled it out for the crown and $250,000 in prize money.
World number 1 Lee Chong-wei successfully retained his India Open men's singles title after defeating China's Chen Long in New Delhi. It took the top seed 55 minutes to send the Chinese shuttler packing after a 21-13, 21-17. The title is Chong-wei's third this year after winning the Malaysia Open in January and the All England Championship last month. It was also Chong-wei's second consecutive win over China player this year. In the women's singles event, world number 2 Wang Shixian of China beat her compatriot and world number 1 Li Zhirui 22-20, 21-19 for the crown. Meanwhile, China's Tang Yuanting and Yu Yang won the women's doubles title after defeating Korea's Jung Kyung-yeon and Kim Hana 21-10, 13-21, 21-16. However, Denmark made sure that an Asian clean sweep was not to be at the Indian Open as they clinched the men's doubles and the mixed doubles titles. Denmark's Mathias Bo and Carsten Mogensen came back from a game down to defeat Li Jialong and Qi Zihan from China 17-21, 21-15, 21-15, while Denmark's mixed doubles duo of Joachim Fischer-Nielsen and Christina Pedersen beat Korea's Koo Sung-hoon and Kim Hana 21-16, 18-21, 21-18.
former world champ Lewis Hamilton continued a flying start to the new F1 season with a thrilling win at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Nico Rosberg completed yet another Mercedes 1-2, while Sergio Perez gave Force India its first podium finish of 2014.
Lewis Hamilton emerged on top in a riveting race-long duel with teammate Nico Rosberg in an epic Bahrain Grand Prix to claim back-to-back wins as the gloves came off for the first time between the two championship favourites, and F1 2014 definitively came alive. In a race characterised by wheel-to-wheel duels between teammates, Hamilton seized the lead from pole-sitter Rosberg into the first corner and then just about held on for his first consecutive race win since 2010 despite several periods of concerted pressure from the sister Mercedes. Force India's Sergio Perez and Nico Hülkenberg waged their own duel for much of the race for third place. The scrap was eventually won by Perez as the Mexican secured Force India's second podium finish, their first since 2009. Hülkenberg eventually finished 2 places behind his teammate in 5th after he was overtaken by Red Bull's Daniel Ricciardo later on. World champion Sebastian Vettel came in 6th ahead of Felipe Massa and Valtteri Bottas, both in Williams. McLaren meanwhile suffered a highly rare double retirement, their first since the 2006 US Grand Prix after Jenson Button on his 250th Grand Prix start and Kevin Magnussen both dropped out inside the final 15 laps with clutch problems.
The spirited Somdev Dev Verman helped India register a historic away triumph over Korea in the Davis Cup. The win ensured that India progressed to the World Group playoff stage of the tournament.
The Indian Davis Cup team entered the World Group playoffs after notching up a historic triumph over Korea following Somdev Dev Verman's win over Young Kyu Lim in the reverse singles of the Group 1 Asia-Oceania second round tie. Somdev prevailed 6-4, 5-7, 6-3, 6-1 in the first reverse singles to make the overall scoreline 3-1 in favour of India, rendering the second reverse singles inconsequential. It was another one of those trademark fighting efforts by Somdev, who had endured a tough contest on the opening day as well. Double defending Davis Cup champions Czech Republic moved into the semi-finals of this year's tournament after completing a 5-0 whitewash over Japan on Sunday. Having already booked a semi-final spot by winning both the opening singles and then Saturday's doubles, the Czechs made it a clean sweep by adding Sunday's reverse singles. Switzerland's hopes of a first Davis Cup title remain alive after Stanislas Wawrinka and Roger Federer clinched a tense victory over Kazakhstan in the quarterfinals. The illustrious Swiss pair were on the verge of a shock loss in Geneva after losing Saturday's doubles to trail 2-1. However, Wawrinka dug deep to recover from a set down and beat Mikhail Kukushkin 6-7, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4, and Federer defeated Golubov 7-6, 6-2, 6-3 to seal Switzerland's passage into the semis. Great Britain were eliminated from the Davis Cup at the quarterfinal stage after Italy won both final day singles rubbers to claim a 3-2 win in Naples. Great Britain were dealt a blow early on Sunday afternoon when Andy Murray fell to a 3-6, 3-6, 4-6 defeat at the hands of Fabio Fognini, leaving a winner-takes-all showdown between James Ward and Andrea Seppi. It always looked a tough task for Ward, and so it proved as Seppi swept to a 6-4, 6-3, 6-4 win to put Italy into their first Davis Cup semi-final since 1998.
Well, that's all we have for you on this episode of Sports Buzz. For the latest updates from the world of sports, keep logging on to clicksportsnow.com. Till then, this is Shiva Munjal saying goodbye.